Carney originally is a banker. He understands the importance of India, and he also understands the importance of fact and reality. Justin Trudeau was a politician who peddled in image and imagination. And therefore, it makes sense that Carney wants to restore maturity to the relationship for Prime Minister Modi to show that the problem all along was not Canada itself. It was just the immaturity and unprofessionalism of Justin Trudeau.
So much for talking to me, and I appreciate your time. Now, Prime Minister Carney has succeeded where Trudeau couldn't, getting Prime Minister Modi to accept a G7 invitation. What changed here? And what does this tell us about the diplomatic approach, or should we say the diplomatic reset of sorts between the two countries?
Well, first of all, Carney originally is a banker. He understands the importance of India, and he also understands the importance of fact and reality. Justin Trudeau was a politician who peddled in image and imagination. And therefore, it makes sense that Carney wants to restore maturity to the relationship. And look, it actually makes sense for Prime Minister Modi to show that the problem all along was not Canada itself. It was just the immaturity and unprofessionalism of Justin Trudeau.
Right. Now, reports suggest that Canada has placed a law enforcement condition on this invitation. Is this a face-saving diplomacy or genuine progress in the Niger investigation from the Canadian side?
Well, certainly it is a little bit of politics on the part of Carney, but all along, the Indian government has said that they are willing to have a serious dialogue, much like they have had with the United States. The problem with Justin Trudeau is for his own domestic reasons, for his own political reasons, and to assuage radical constituencies. He was basically shooting from the hip without any factual base to support his accusations against India. What Prime Minister Modi is showing is that India has nothing to hide. But here's the thing. If you're going to have a serious law enforcement dialogue, it's got to be two ways. We've got to talk about illegal immigration into Canada. We've got to talk about terror finance in Canada. We've got to talk about the radical Sikh mafias and how the Khalistan movement is tied to organized crime and terrorism. So by all means, Canada should have a dialogue about law enforcement with India. But it's essential that Canada recognize that it is not going to set the full parameters of this. India has a lot to say, and for justice to be served, Canada has to stop acting like the condescending white man dictating to India in the 19th century. That was Justin Trudeau's style. Mark Carney has to approach India perhaps as equals, and perhaps even more as supplicants, given the difference in the economies.